Onivia, League of Legends highlights.
Or life to play Tarek.
The Callista Tarek. Oh man. I was thinking like it could be the other Gen.g special, which is the Rakan, but it's not feeling like that much of a divey composition out there. It's a worrisome time as Dread.
Flash.
What the heck? All right.
This is really aggressive.
Certainly is. Double flash to come through here as Dread definitely wants to get the first blood. Not quite going to do it just yet, but that is going to be red buff, and another auto should do it here for Dread as he puts down the trap. BDD is staying alive for way too long. Bounce doesn't quite come back up, but now Clid has flashed on in. Now Dread might be in trouble, but no, Clid has to get out of there because Fly makes his way down. It took a lot of resources, but Afreeca did it.
Yeah, he had his stun available, so Clid can't. So that's basically the call for Fly to go back and collect those minions.
Well,
meanwhile,
yeah, he's dead. Clid pays attention to the mid lane as that's the flash forward from Life. Leo's trying to get out of there as Lahen's doing the very best he can to survive, but maybe going a little bit over.
He's a level down, and he's trading aggressively here, just gets stunned. Pretty simple cleanup there.
Yeah.
Unfortunate all.
This
because
is
they
like
see him, and he goes for a
such a high value ward as Rascal even gets the red buff as Rascal kicks away Dread.
Insane value on that ward, because now Clid is just like, well, you're good up there. There's no way of hitting the turret anytime soon. You're going to be completely free. So I'm going to take this Drake for a red buff. Great trade. And then you're also going to be able to take the red yourself because you can see exactly where it's at. You're in
side laning as much as they can. Plays just fell down. Equal gold on both sides. Speaking of equal gold on both sides, that's exactly the state of this game. Okay, Keen actually getting some decent poke down. Divine Sundra online. Okay.
I mean, is this worth a Drake? Because that's what you're probably going to lose. You better make this work.
Yeah, no minions. Gets right underneath, flashes on top of him, and yes, I have a feeling Rascal's dead, and 100% he is. Fly is going to be able to get out of there just fine, and we'll see whether they can trade first turret for this Cloud Drake.
Yeah, it's going to be the Drake they get back, and I don't know if this was worth it for Afreeca. They give the gold, though, over to Dread, so he picks up a second kill there.
Ooh, with the Rift Herald, I think maybe it does put Afreeca ahead in this play because they get the extra kill, they get the turret, and all of the first turret gold going over to Keen, which feels fantastic, and they also manage to get even more potential tempo control with Shirley.
In terms of the money, it's absolutely worth more than just one Cloud Drake. Like, if you look at it in that isolated sense, absolutely, it's actually a steal, but if you think about it in the greater terms of the soul, which will be a mountain soul, in fact, in this game, so
maybe we should call that the Gen.g factor.
Yeah.
Think about it in terms of the Gen.g factor, feels really good for Gen.g.
Like, mountain is so great, control over the Drakes, right? You got the first Herald didn't get you money. Second Herald is going to get tossed down right now, and that's going to try to lead into a little bit more control if they can get this turret, but I don't know if they'll be able to do so. They're grouped for it.
And their siege is actually really good, right? They've got spears, they've got arrows, they've got Keen being frustrating, and they've got Lahen's to tank turrets if they ever want to dive. So actually in this situation, Afreeca look really good. If Gen.g get chunked out here, it's 15 seconds to go until the Drake.
I'm more concerned about the fact that Afreeca has pretty nice position here. They're going to have mid-prio too.
Yeah.
As I don't know about that kick, Rascal. you queue into that one, you're probably going to regret it.
Finding himself a Crocodile right now, still just trying to make sure that he has as much information as possible as Gen.g pretty split. Lahen's, as that's the flash forward, and Leo finds absolutely no joy, but will find BDD with a Q. That's good news. Lahen's and Fly now out of position as Fly. Dominus gets picked up. That is going to be the kickback, and the Crocodile is taken down. Cosmic Radiance is going to work, and Lahen's just goes right into it. Has already used the ultimate, as now Leo is just caught by himself. It's a disaster for Afreeca.
This is a really disappointing fight for Afreeca, and they were grouped so poorly. Like, they actually had great advantage in terms of where they were.
Are we taking Baron for this?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. They're looking for it. I mean, with these kills, I mean, sure, they can get the Drake back, they can trade it, but they can't actually come and contest the Baron. But the positioning we saw there from Lahen's was as if he was playing an engage comp. Okay, they're going to try to contest.
Yeah, that's double teleport to come through here as well. As there is a smite available for Dread, so he's going to be able to grab himself the Drake. The Baron's being taken in the meantime, by the way, guys. This 2v2 is happening. Here's the teleport in from Fly, as there's the flash away from BDD. Fly slicing, flashing forward, will find BDD there as Rascal understands that he just has to get out. Pretty slow Baron. but it looks like it will be going down as now Dread hunting for some spears. And there is the Ren to finish off that Baron. So Gen.g, they get what they really wanted, but now we'll see whether Afreeca can find anything in return as Rascal will be taken out. That's a couple of Barons removed. As now Life, oh, the sidestep on the spear as Keen. He's already heartbreaking his way over this wall. Big pulverizes the ult used from Clid. They need to try and hold on to these Barons as it's just Ruler and Clid that have any available. A bit better. What do you think, Collective?
I mean,
are we going to go with Baron weakness play or
I think
anti-Baron power play?
Anti-Baron power play sounds good to me.
Yeah, I think it's probably better.
It would help guarantee that, but he needs to make sure it's on the Ruler, so that's easier said than done if he's going to go into the back line. They're losing control of this Drake fast.
Yeah, Fly going to have to clear out that ward is exactly right. The Drake is going to reset. Now Rascal finds the Crocodile, and now a fight has broken out. That's Fate's Call used very early here, as you have to keep your eye on the orb. As Rascal finds a kick, but it's another defensive one as now Life is going down so low. Cosmic Radiance comes on through, doesn't really land on anyone other than Life and Clid as now Rascal gets on in there. They're trying to reposition, but that is not what you want. And now there's two Tarics, or well, one, because one of them's dead, and now the resets come on forward. Afreeca just mop the floor with Gen.g, and this is what the comp was supposed to do.
Exactly. You play it slow, you chip away, and then the Viego comes online. It's a perfect game so far here for the Viego and the Nidalee, and that's the type of team fighting you want. The massive amount of damage we see from Dread in this, the 10 stacks he's going to pick up on the Dark Seal on top of it all, is massive for him. You wait and let Gen.g come to you, and we did see, as you said, the Taric ultimate there not being all that great. The Fate's Call had to be used early because the spear damage did start to connect. We did start to see some of that chipping away, and Gen.g were kind of caught between a rock and a hard place at that moment. They couldn't really retreat, or they'd give up to Drake, or, you know, they had to, you know, continue to fight a losing battle against an extremely fed now Nidalee, 6-0-1. And it's only going to get harder from here because they're going to reset and buy items after they get this Baron. They did not get the Drake, though.
Dread better get him a Jais. I'm really hoping that he goes for that one. The Baron has been taken, so 3 minutes on that one. Reset has been secured, but Clid is on this Drake right now, so it should be soul point taken here for Gen.g. I like the fact that Afreeca weren't greedy, though. They just focused on getting themselves the Baron, making sure that they couldn't throw this one away. And look, it's not Mountain Soul, which would have been awful, and they now need to fight for all of these Drakes.
Exactly what Gen.g need to do. They need Drake prio, or they're going to get chipped down once again, and they have to be decisive. They have to initiate this fight.
Yeah, but they've also let Afreeca in, right? So now you've got these arrows being charged. You've got the spears flying forward, and they have actually started this already. Cosmic Radiance comes down as BDD is going to be invulnerable, but Clid not so lucky. They really didn't use that Taric ultimate very well, but Rascal gets into the backline. It just eviscerates the Varus. Goes Golden as well. He's buying a bunch of time as Lehens is trying to be a hero, but it's not quite going to be enough as now the Viego is trying to get the work done, but Life has his number. Just knocks him down. The Orianna is dead, and now Keen gets himself into the fight. Now he's looking for Ruler, who's just hopping around this one, and he wants to get at least one of these kills, but he just can't really find it. Ruler eventually will be able to take him down, and Rascal gets on top of the Viego.
Does he have his ultimate? I don't think so. He's just dead.
Yeah, not going to happen. You'd already heartbreaken in the fight earlier. And that's what happens if Afreeca get too hasty with these fights. They need to try and land that poke before they go in.
And you said it right before. This is how you lose this game as Afreeca. You flip on the Drake. And they had the advantages. They got onto the Drake very quickly. They funneled in. But Gen.g had positional advantage. And you don't have the poke consistently here. Look at where BDD is standing. You're going to back off.
Yeah, Shockwave is a bit of a hula hoop, though, in the middle of nowhere. So that's not exactly what you want. Spear not going to connect. And it looks like it might have to be a turn, but no, the Baron goes down extraordinarily low. The Ren comes on in there as Fly, right in amongst a few people here as the Cosmic Radiance does come down. Gen.g onto about 3 people there, but good disengage from Afreeca as now they can potentially go for an even fight. But
I like it at the time, but I really like the calculated risk Gen.g took to try to get Baron and Drake. If they had gotten that, this late game would have been even smoother. Like, that's one of those moments that at the time you're like, that was a bit crazy, but it was a really calculated risk that almost paid off big time for them, and they still fall back to this composition later on. They still are able to win those next Drake fights and win the game, maybe.
Speaking of falling back to it, as Lehens is looking for the disengage, should be able to do so, as now it's just 5 members plus a cow. That is a lot of damage as Lehens is going to go golden. Ruler now has that Cosmic Radiance. Lehens basically did his job as Fly gets into the backline, not quite able to get enough. work done, but he is going to keep himself alive, and B2D has been taken down already. Leo dealing with Rascal and is going to be able to flash away. Safeguard's going to be there, but here's the tidy up from Gen.g, and they'll march down mid lane and win game 1.
That's not a Diana, that's an Alistair. Yeah, it was a really amazing looking play, but this is not a comp that is going to just run in and blast AoE damage. And there's no set here, okay? There's no Haymaker follow-up. This is just straight up a big knock-up into a big failure in the team fight. That's going to be Gen.g taking the first game in 40 minutes. Their average game time has got to be the highest right now in the LCK.
Yeah,
They've had so many volatile late games. We've had so many 3-game series. But what has remained true in their 5-0 start here in summer is that when we do